crew up Parhelion, crew up the Cryptcaller Chariot, and I believe that'll do. Yeah, let's just attack. Decline. We did it. Why, hello, friends. Welcome. I am Average Zen, your host of Average Zen Presents, and we are back from a week-long vacation, taking it easy in Italy. Ciao. So we're back refreshed and ready to play. Today we're in casual play mode, checking out some decks and Explorer, or Pioneer, if you will, on Magic the Gathering Arena. Yeah, and in case you weren't aware, this is our last week for our Ether Drift Play Booster Box giveaway. We still have 2 boxes back there being held down by Power Girl. We want to send them to you. Yes, you watching right now. It's simple. It's easy if you want to get your hands on one of those and get in the running. All you got to do is head over to our About section on YouTube, our About section on Twitch, or our pin posts on social media like Blue Sky or Twitter, X. Well, where can you find us there? Well, we're on Twitch, obviously, at Average Zen Presents, at Average Zen on YouTube, and at Average Zen on Twitter, X, and Blue Sky. So yeah, you'll check out our gleam.io link there and sign yourself up, get in the running. Up to 8 entries per person, depending on how much time you want to put into it. Just takes a few moments, and we would greatly appreciate it. Yes, we will be doing that drawing on the 14th of April, so be prepared. Be prepared to be contacted and be like, hey, where do you want me to send these boxes? Without further ado, let's jump into our first deck today. We are not done with Monument to Endurance. With Dragonstorm Tarkir coming out tomorrow, as of this recording, we're finding some interesting things still yet to do with this awesome Ether Drift Monument to Endurance artifact. And probably about a month ago, I would say, I saw a Greasefang Okiba Boss deck list that featured Monument to Endurance, and we haven't played Greasefang on this channel yet. But Ether Drift did give us some help, and this is a somewhat different list than the one I've seen on MtG online. So, I'll take credit for it. The basic shell is there, though. The cards we're going to be operating on 3 steps ahead for a counterspell. And we can also make tokens of artifacts that we control, or draw 2 cards and discard a card. And also good with Monument to Endurance. All of those modes, excellent. Brutal Bitter Triumph ×4 to let us discard maybe one of our vehicles to and maybe get some card draw and advantage or life loss creature tokens off of that. Collective Brutality, another self-discard mode, but it's going to help us hate out some instants and sorceries from our opponent's hand. Maybe give some creatures -2/-2 or gain us some life and have them lose life. Faithful Mending. Yes, I like this because we can discard it and still cast it for the flashback cost, or we can hard cast it the initial time if we need to gain some life, draw some cards, and discard 2 cards. Pest Control, for tokens, it's not bad. The cycling, it's really probably going to be more what we're using, but just in case we need to take out some mana value 1 or less things, then it's there. Vanishing Verse, 1 of fun of, exile target monocolored permanent, 4 copies of Tainted Indulgence, again, more card draw, more discard, digging for those pieces. And our first vehicle in the lineup would be Unidentified Hovership. So yeah, we're playing some cheaper vehicles, just because this one allows us to exile a target creature with toughness 5 or less when it leaves the battlefield. The exiled card's owner manifests dread, so almost always that's probably going to be worse than the card we exiled. Kiora, the Rising Tide, helps us dig and discard. And Greasefang, you know this rat. He's a pilot. He's a 4/3 for 3. Orzhov colors. At the beginning of combat of your turn, return target vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of your next instep. So, along with Monument to Endurance, we're now running 3 copies of Cryptcaller Chariot, because whenever we discard 1 or more cards, we can create that many tap 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. We got a 1-up, fun-up, tune-up just in case we can't find one of our 3 Greasefangs, and we pitch something like the Parhelion or Sky Sovereign Console Flagship or a Detention Chariot. Yeah, we got a 1-up, fun-up, Kaya Inexorable. Again, exile stuff, and can put ghost form tokens on things to help them come back. We want to protect our Greasefang if we can. Another interesting card that I've thrown in here that I like to combo off with, in addition to Monument to Endurance and Cryptcaller Chariot, if that's in play, Sage of the Falls will put in some work. Not only is it a 2/5, but whenever this creature or another non-human creature you control enters, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Well, Kiora is a non-human. Greasefang's a non-human. All the zombies we'll be making with Cryptcaller Chariot are non-humans. And that works very well because Sage of the Falls lets us draw and discard. Cryptcaller Chariot says when we discard, we make a zombie. When it's in, trigger Sage of the Falls again. And notice it's a May, so we'll do it like 3 times on our turn. It's whenever you discard 1 or more cards, and this is whenever you, so we can do it. And Parhelion, of course, Mix some Angels, First Strike, Flying, Vigilance, 5/5. I did have the Valor's Flagship in here, but I don't know. You know what? Maybe we do cut down 1 Cryptcaller Chariot in favor of Valor's Flagship. Where are you at? There we go. We'll do that. Just because of the life link. And it can make tokens and we can cycle it. So I don't know that we'll need that many tokens, but we'll see. Let's take it into the queue and have some fun with Greasefang, Okiba Boss. Featuring Monument to Endurance. We're up against Quasit, our first opponent, sporting the Vraska avatar. Fun. Alright, well, not a great hand to open up with, but I'll keep it just for the card draw and removal, and if we draw into a Cryptcaller Chariot, Sage of the Falls, and Monument to Endurance will get us there. I think, maybe, I don't know. Alright, enter tapped. Hey, it's a Glade Cover Scout. We're building ourselves a Boggle. No, there's a good card to have. Greasefang. Now we just need a vehicle. All right, how big is this Boggle gonna get? SRAM, Senior Edificer. And then throw some Ethereal Armor out there. That's a good draw. All right, then. I think we should go ahead and just gain 2 and draw. And, of course, we didn't hit anything good. That's unfortunate. Let's get rid of the Watery Grave and another land. Why have we drawn, like, so many lands already? We'll pay 2 life. And I believe the answer lies with Greasefang. I was tempted just to hold up Bitter Triumph there, but Something tells me they're light on removal. We'll see. No, they're not light on removal. Never mind. God. Cool. All right, well, that's game. Goodbye, Bockel. Glade Cover Scout. It's a good card. If you got enchantments, it's a good card. Why wouldn't they have it? They had everything else. I just assumed that Shuffler wouldn't hand them the perfect assortment of horrors. But it did. It did. Punished. Max punishment for trying to play Greasefang. I mean, we couldn't target anything but Shram anyway. Grimace. Soul Guardian. What are you playing? And can we get any vehicles in our hand? Come on. All right, then. Hey, we got a Greasefang. Enters tapped for the Watered Grave. We'll go Dark Slick Shores, pass the turn. What's it gonna be? It's a cat collector. Fear the cat collector. Yeah, let's go ahead and discard a card. I guess we can get rid of our 3 steps. Alright, we'll pay 2 life. Get a Monument to Endurance out. We really want a vehicle here to discard. Come on now, Shuffler, please. The Dazzling Angel. Hey, we got one. Excellent. All right, well, let's go ahead and discard a card. We'll discard the Cryptcaller Chariot. And we'll draw a card. Oh, Sage of the Falls. So we have combo. We has combo. Combo wombo time, baby. We just need a couple more mana. We're drawing. We're trying to get there. Well, we got a tapped land. I'm tempted to go ahead and say Greasefang, Okiba Boss, bring in the Cryptcaller Chariot, crew the Chariot, attack, bring it back to hand. No, they have mortified our Greasefang. That's okay. We have a couple more, and we have an alternate win con around Cryptcaller Chariot and Sage of the Falls, potentially. Especially with Monument to Endurance in play. Alright, Caves of Koilos will get us there. So let's go, Sage of the Falls. And we will take action. We will discard a second Monument to Endurance to draw a card. Maybe they underestimate the Sage of the Falls. We shall see. Oh, Fiendish Panda. I like your style. I'm a big fan of that card. Alright, well, let's pay 2 life. We will Cryptcaller Chariot and Vanishing Verse on the Inspiring Overseer. No attacks in turn. If we attack in and they block with the panda, then they get to bring something back. And we're not quite prepared for that yet, but we will be. Alright, let's go unidentified hover ship, and we'll get rid of the panda. Faithful mending, auto pay. We will discard the watery grave and the tainted indulgence. Draw a card, and create a treasure, make some zombies, draw, and we'll pitch the faithful mending. And each opponent can lose 3 life. We'll make another zombie. We'll decline. We've used all 3 modes this turn. And now, let's go ahead and crew up our Crypt Collar Chariot and swing for the fences. What say you, Grimace? I'm at 11, you're at 11, we're like life brothers. And we finally dug up a Parhelion Twin Blade Paladin. I don't think that's going to do it. I don't think that's going to get you there. We have a pretty good setup here. Alright, they're swinging in. No fear. Bravo. Alright, well, Okiba. We'll take action. Discard the Parhelion. And that'll make us a zombie. Draw a card. Take action. We will discard the Greasefang. And create a treasure. And we'll take action. Discard the pest control. Make a zombie. Each opponent loses 3 life. Decline. We've used all 3 modes. And play a land. Pay 2 life. Play out. What do we want to do here? I think we go ahead and go to combat. Return Parhelion. Crew up Parhelion. Crew up the Crypt Collar Chariot. And I believe that'll do. Yeah, let's just attack. Decline. We did it. That's how we dreamt it up. We said, this will work. We'll make it work. No longer will Greasefang go into work alone with his machines. We have a whole team of engineers working behind the scenes. Alright, let's see if we can do it again. Good times. Nico Senpai, the mysterious wandering hooded figure that haunts our dreams. Alright, well, it's not the worst. We need to draw some lands, and we don't really have anything in the way of removal other than the pest control. Okay, we'll try it. What have we got to lose, right? Is it a glade cover? Oh, Elvis missed. Okay, it's elves. It's elves. Let's have this enter tapped. Pest control may come in handy. Bristly Bill. Okay, so maybe it's not elves, but then there are more elves. I guess we're gonna cast pest control. Alright, we're looking for a land. We need one more. That's not it. That's not it. Alright, we'll pitch the Faithful Mending and pitch Sky Sovereign. Play our land for turn and pass. Alright, get your beats down, Bristly Bill. Colossal Majesty. Alright, we're at 15. Monument to Endurance, since we're having such trouble finding lands. We need help. I need an adult. Alright. Mossborn Hydra is also a threat. I did not have a land drop, though. Okay. Well, here's what we need to do. We need to Bitter Triumph the Mossborn Hydra. And we will pitch the Detention Chariot, and finally drew a land. Thank goodness. Alright, cool. Let us end the turn. Surely they found a land by now. Outcaster Trailblazer. Alright. I guess they did not find a land? Okay, they did. That would be odd. That would be very odd. I wouldn't put it past Shuffler, though. Commune with Nature. Okay. Failed to find. Oh, there's an Elvis Mystic. Number 3, Mana Dork. I don't know if we win this one. We're having to dig a lot. Alright, let's get rid of that. And we will create a treasure. Seems like a good time. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I think we're still dead. But we'll do what we can. Auto pay. And get rid of a chariot. And draw a card. And draw a card. Okay. Are we dead? They have the mana to double the counters. Do they see it? Yeah, they see it. They just use Overrun. Okay. Don't give me a good game. We didn't do anything that entire game. The nerve of you. Good Lord. Manners. Manners, people. Well, let's try it again. That was a very, very awkward draw. We just had to dig and dig and dig. Just for removal or anything to play worthwhile beyond the monument. Ord Mandrel. Okay, this will not work. This will not work. Okay, this is somewhat better. I wish we had white mana. Perhaps we will find it. So I guess the unidentified hover ship should go. Well, it's a... Well, we have cycling on the pest control. I don't know. It seems bad all around now that I'm thinking about it, but we'll try it. Alright. I think maybe we're not going to be using the best control here, so let's cycle it. Alright, having another huge amount of problems finding land. Thank you, Shuffler. Dark steel ingot, okay. Okay, now we're just getting silly. We'll just do the one mode. Okay, Karn, Ulamog, Hadron Archive. Okay. Alrighty then. Alright, they are ramping. Alright, I think we have to hold up the 3 steps here, as bad as that sounds. Okay. Alright, we pitched the detention chariot. We finally found a 4th land. I'll have that enter tap, play a monument to endurance. There's Ulamog. And we just scoop because we were already having mana problems, and that's Ulamog. And it's indestructible. Okay. Can we find a land reliably? That has been our major issue so far. We're not short on lands. We're not. Shuffler, you are really putting us to the test. Coming right off vacation. Straight into it. It's a pity. Just trying to have some fun here. We want to be able to play our stuff. Guy in the alley. It's not how you spell alley. Alright, well, we have removal in the form of unidentified hovership. We got a counter. We got a tune-up and some card digging with Tainted Indulgence. Could be worse. We drew a Sky Sovereign. Blue-black pathway. Oh, God, are we dealing with rogues? Are you serious? Okay. Oh, well. Alright, well, let's draw 2 cards. And we'll discard the Sky Sovereign. Let's go Seachrome Coast, Unidentified Hovership, and get rid of the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Sure. Yeah, you don't get to get a card back. You get mystery card. Alright, enters tap. Let's go ahead and Monument to Endurance it up. Soaring Thought Thief. Alright, Shattered Sanctum seems good. Well, that's Unidentified Hovership. Get rid of the Soaring Thought Thief. And they're like, Oh, yeah, rogues. Back in the day, it was fun. Power creep has not done you any favors. Oh, let's go for it. Fairy, number 7, the Veteran Explorer. So they played a bit of this format. We'll see how well that plays in their favor. Alright, Godless Shrine tapped. They have considered. Alright, we have Darkslick Shores. Well, that's Collective Brutality. And we'll have them discard. And we'll do that as well. We will discard a unidentified hover ship. Oh, cool. Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, Frantic Inventory, Brash Taunter. Okay. Oh, well, let's get rid of the... Oh, he snoozed me. Wow, okay. Snooze and you lose. That was a 1 of. Didn't want to stick around to see how that played out, huh? And that was the only discard effect in the deck. Book hockey. Book hockey. Oh, you use a puck for that. Okay, well, once again, we found Greasefang, but no vehicles. But we do have a monument and some ways to discard. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Mystic. Hey, we found a vehicle. Cool. All right, the Mystic gets in. Uh-huh. The Raptor. Well, let's go ahead and dig a little bit, and we'll get Valor's flagship into the graveyard, as well as the, let's call it the Darkslick Shores. No, not the Pest Control. Alright, let's go. Oh, I should have played the Darkslick Shores there. Oh, don't. Why do I do this to myself? Another. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and Greasefang it up. And we will return Valor's flagship, submit 4. Oh, it's just 7. You had a good board opponent. I think you stood a chance. Good lord. They fold so easy. Yeah, we concede to Ulamog blowing up half of our lands. That's one thing. Taking 7 damage when you get 9 power on the board? I don't know about that. And you're ahead already? Alright, well, we got a couple monuments, and Kaya makes an appearance. Not sure if that'll be relevant. Alright, what say you, Schmidler? And we'll have Watergrave enter tapped. Thinking it over. Getting to know you. Oh, is it, is it? Who can say? I will say I wish we would have drawn a third land there. That would open up our options to play Monument next turn and then start discarding for value. Madama's Prophecy. Oh, man. Okay. All right, 2 to the top for them. I guess we'll go ahead and Tainted Indulgence. And, oh my, discard the Parhelion. Okay, that's not great. Okay, cancel. We'll just do the 1 mode. Oh my goodness. Deduce, Scroll Shift, Get Lost. Okay, well, get rid of the Get Lost. Deduce. Alright, they're ramping. Oh, come on. Why? Why is this happening? Again, Shuffler, come on, give me a third land for the love of all that is holy. My opponent's on 5. Charming Prince. Cool. They're scrying. Wow, that's not a good sign. Okay. Alright then. We got our land. I'm not sure how good it is. We'll see. We are so far behind. Alright, what will they passage? The Mountain. We choose Violence. Overlord of the Flood Pits. Very nice. Draw. Discard another Deduce. Notably, they do... Oh, they've seen our card. Those... irksome. Irksome. Okay then, well, let's go ahead and get down another Monument to Endurance. And they Scroll Shift the Flood Pits, or the Overlord of the Flood Pits. Predictably. Alright, so we're looking at the very least 10 damage next turn. I don't know how we get out of this. They have had so much card draw and hit so many land drops. And they're running Jeskai colors, which means almost certainly anything we put down will either be countered or destroyed. We've already gotten rid of 1 Get Lost. Alright, well, I guess we have to go for Kaya. And they Scroll Shift it. Is that what's going to happen? Flicker of Fate? Okay, then. What you gonna do? By the time we finally got the mana to play anything, they already had everything they needed. Alright, let's see if we can get off to a better start. 'Tis possible. We've already done it. We've already gone off extremely well in this deck. Just these past couple of games, we're just not lining up the right sequencing because Shuffler, Fenris, not a wolf avatar, but a bird. Okay, Fenris the bird. We'll do that. Here we go again. Okay, at least we have all 3 mana with the Raffine's Tower. Where are our 2-drops? We have so many 2-drops. There's one. Okay. Maybe we're in business. Okay, well, we have Sage of the Falls in action. Gonna combo very nicely with our Crypt Collar Chariot and Monument to Endurance, should we get to play them. Something tells me with our opponent playing Mutavault and Dimir colors, so this, not looking good for us. They have a Mockingbird. They paid 1 for it. I don't know why. Well, we'll cycle the Chariot. Okay, we did draw a 3rd land. This is good. This is very good. Alright, we have Monument. Next turn we can play Chariot. Thoughtseize. Okay, yeah. Make us discard. What would you like us to discard? Alright, we'll draw a card. Oh, Greasefang's a good pull. And another Greasefang. Why not? Alright, let's enter tapped. What do we have in there? Alright, Greasefang, come on down. Do you get countered? That would be unfortunate. No, okay. Well, they feel very strongly about Greasefang. Come on. It was a detention chariot. We're just going to get rid of the Mockingbird that you, for some reason, paid the extra 1 on to copy nothing. Read your cards, kids. Read your cards. Alright, let's see what we got. R and M. Sporting the fine Ajani avatar. And we have in our hands some good stuff. You know, we got some removal, card draw. We got a Crypt Collar Chariot, Sage of the Falls, and Greasefang. So all we need is a 3rd and 4th and 5th land. We can do this. The Fountain of Renewal. Interesting. Well, let's pass the turn. They're going fishing for some lands. Alright, well, let's Faithful Mending. And we will pitch a Crypt Collar Chariot. And I believe a Crypt Collar Chariot. We find another Greasefang instead of a land. Man, what do we gotta do? How many cards do we have to go deep to find a 3rd land? This has been a pattern. A not good pattern. Should not be this difficult to find a 3rd land shuffler. Well, our opponent seems to be having... Oh, come on. Okay. And still no. Alright then. Have it your way, shuffler. I guess we get rid of 1 monument. Alright, opponent found a 3rd land. Will we find a 3rd land? Hey, look at us go. Alright, let's go with Monument to Endurance. they are still cracking fetch lands. 30 life already. Jeez. Alright, we take some damage. We pass the turn. Okay, still having trouble finding lands. And we have not found a single vehicle other than the Crypt Collar Chariot. Alright, no more lies. Okay. That's fine. Alright, and once again, our opponent has double the lands we have. Authority of the Consoles. Okay. And they appear to be holding up more counterspell magic. Alright, well, let's try Greasefang. Number 1. You have another counterspell. No, they do not. I'm guessing they have instant removal, though. Alright, any day, opponent. There you go. All the mana available. And they have it all left up. Okay, well, we'll try Greasefang number 2. Hey, and do they have more removal for it? No, they do not. Okay, well, good. And because Greasefang is tapped, we cannot crew, but we do get to return the Crypt Collar Chariot to our hand. Which is fine, because it is castable. In fact, if we get one untapped mana, we can play Crypt Collar Chariot and Bitter Triumph. Okay, more fetch lands to gain more life. Alright, down to 10. Our opponent at 41. Okay, we did find the land. So, Crypt Collar Chariot and Bitter Triumph. We'll discard a card. Hit you there. We'll get rid of one of the Sage of the Falls. Make a Zombo. Draw a card. Yeah. Finally start hitting some lands. No, we don't want to crew. And we will crew with that one, though. Alright, we finally started getting some damage in. The Authority of the Consoles is going to put a damper on our plans, but they're only gaining 1 life for every zombie we make. And our zombies are 2/2s. Birth of Meletus. Okay. They have a lot of land fetching going on here. What is up with this deck? A lot of incidental life gain, a lot of land fetching. Leveling up cleric class with no creatures on the board. Okay. Well, we have Crypt Collar Chariot. Dovin's Veto. I mean, it just comes back. Okay. All right, commence Crypt Caller beatdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can't play the Sage of the Falls. Okay, Sunfall. All right. All right, well, let's have this intertapped. We will play another Monument to Endurance. And I believe another Crypt Caller Chariot. Double down. Yes, they have a 3/3. That is representing lethal in 2 turns. Not especially worried yet. I think we can draw into a way to deal with that. All right, down to 3. All right, Caves of Koilos. Let's go Sage of the Falls. And that gains them life. Fun. That's going to make their guy bigger. Fine, we'll take action. No, we don't need a 3rd monument. Thank you. We'll draw a card. Draw a card. Make some zombies. Yes. Take action. Draw. Oh my goodness. Okay. We don't need the land. Not now. Each opponent loses 3 life. Create a treasure. Yes. Take action. That is actually perfect. Create a treasure. Each opponent loses 3 life. Decline. 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 Oh my goodness. Decline. All right, we need removal. Okay, that is not removal. Oh, come on. We need to hit a Bitter Triumph. That is not a Bitter Triumph. Dear Lord, come on. Resolve all. We're at 50 life. Decline. Decline. Resolve all. God, I hate Authority of the Consuls. That is such an annoying card. Decline. Decline. Tainted Indulgence. They have a counter for this? There it is. All right. Cool. Wait, why can't I cast this? There we go. All right, auto pay. Do you have another counter? All right, good Lord. Birth of Melitus. Alrighty then. And then... well, this is a grindy game. I don't know. We may be able to come back from this. It will not be easy. But now that we got the authority of the consoles out of the way, it should be a little bit faster. Alright, Sage of the Falls. No. Okay, we wanted Faithful Mending. And we will get rid of the unidentified hover ship and the redundant Sage of the Falls. And draw a card. Create a treasure. And draw a card. Create a treasure. Make some zombies. Take action. And discard the Darkslick Shores. Each opponent loses 3 life. Each opponent loses 3 life. Make some zombies. Decline. 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 Make some zombies. Decline. Decline. Alright, hit some land. We will actually channel this and decline. Decline. And get back Greasefang. Cast Greasefang. Decline. Play a land for turn. And we will bring back the Parhelion. Crew the Parhelion. Crew the Cryptcaller Chariot. And swing. Make some angels. Trigger Sage of the Falls. Decline. Decline. Alright, we have a board. They have a wall. Do they have another Sunfall? There it is. Okay. That is a 13, another 13 power incubator token. Cool. Will we find a bitter triumph? Well, let's go Tainted Indulgence. Draw. No. Okay, Shattered Sanctum. Faithful Mending. Alright, that will do. We'll discard that and that. Draw a card. Create a treasure. Draw a card. Create a treasure. There's a Kaya. That's a good answer. Alright, exile the token. Collector Brutality, and they can reveal, and we'll do that. And we'll get rid of the Faithful Mending. Make some zombies. Each opponent can lose 3 life. Each opponent can lose 3 life. And we'll get rid of the No More Lies. They have a portable hole in hand. Alright, cool. And we'll pass the turn. I don't know how, but I think we're coming back. I think we're coming back from this. They scoop at 26 life. Oh, wow. That was good. That was fun. We got to go off and completely turn the game around. Wow, okay. Very fun. Very fun indeed. that's going to do it for our first deck of the day. I hope you have enjoyed our Monument to Greece. And you can always check out the deck list if you're interested in playing this and you're watching later on YouTube. Hello, you'll find that in the video description. If you're chatting with us, then you can always hit !deck in chat. Thank you, Tony Marie. It was a fire game. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. But before we do that, as always, love one another, be cool, don't be a jerk, and have fun playing Magic together.